Man, some people just don't get it. All right. Oh man, this is from The Hill. ESPN host Dan Le Batard tears into Trump, as well as his own network for cowardly no politics policy. His own network is ESPN, as I just said, weirdly enough. And the deal is that there is a very, very good reason they stepped away from the politics, because it was hurting their bottom line. But Dan Le Batard is so hyped up on his own self-righteousness that he doesn't know the difference. ESPN host Dan Le Batard tore into President Trump in the wake of the "Send Her Back" chant that erupted from the audience at a recent campaign rally in an attack. I really wish they'd stop using the word attack on Rep. Ilhan Omar, while also blasting his own network for its cowardly policy, limiting on-air personalities from engaging in political discussion. Because guess what? You're a sports network and no one wants to hear your politics. Okay? If you want to be a political commentator, go work for, I guess CNN will have you happily. But as far as the network that you're on, the sports network that you're on, that's the reason that many people, myself included, don't watch. I haven't, man. The last time I had to watch ESPN for the NBA Finals, but that was it. I don't watch your regular programming like that, because it's like, it's honestly boring now. What happened last night? This felt un-American, Le Batard, whose parents are from Cuba, said on his radio show Thursday. This is not the America that my parents aimed to get to get for us, for exiles, for brown people, he continued. There's a racial division in this country that's being instigated by myself, which is what it should say, but by the president. And we here at ESPN haven't had the stomach for that fight because Jamel Hill did some things on Twitter. Did some things. Well, was it always did some things? She sat there and talked trash about the president, and it was a bad reflection on the network. And she ain't did some things. She cost the network money. And you saw what happened after that. And then, here, all of a sudden, nobody talks politics on anything unless they use one of these sports figures as a meat shield in the most cowardly possible way to discuss these subjects. Because you have to use sports. No one cares. I don't care what Dan Le Batard thinks about the president. I really don't. I like your show. I like Poppy. I think he's really funny. But come on, man. And I haven't watched your show in years now, because it's just ESPN's not what it used to be. For FS1, I'll watch most of the clips online, and I'll catch more FS1 Skip and Shannon going back and forth than I do. Let's take First Take, for example. What was the last thing? The last time I talked about ESPN here on the channel was them overreacting to LeVar Ball. So really, it's a trash network. Seriously, go away. All right, so we don't talk about what is happening unless there's some sort of weak, cowardly sports angle that we can run it through, when sports have always been the place where this stuff changes. No, it hasn't. That's the thing. You think about Jackie Robinson? Bruh, that was forever and a day ago. We don't live in those times anymore. And instead of sitting here and appreciating that the times have changed to an extent where, we've just had a black president and everything else like that, instead of being grateful, you got a lot of spiteful little guys like this, man. It's ridiculous. Okay, so it was this Eric Fernandez. I don't know who you are, Eric Fernandez. Stop what you're doing and watch this. Dan Le Batard responds to the racist. It wasn't racist. Send her back and go back to your country attacks against Ilhan Omar and other congresswomen. If you're not calling it abhorrently, obviously racist, dangerous rhetoric, you're complicit. I guess I'm complicit then, because I'm not going to sit here and overreact like I have a vagina between my legs. Jesus. Man, Muhammad Ali was, and it's always back to the struggle that they ain't have a damn thing to do with. You're Cuban, fam. Be grateful for Muhammad Ali. Be grateful for the Jim Browns. Be grateful for the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars. But guess what? You don't get to stand there and really hoist yourself up on their legacy, because you ain't got a damn thing to do with it, Dan Le Batard. Fuck is wrong with you? Let me finish this damn quote. Man, Muhammad Ali was fighting for this stuff in the 60s. Bill Russell and Jim Brown are really old. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is old. These people who were fighting, the most powerful among us in sports, who were fighting in the civil rights era for things, atrocities happening to black people that we're still paying for now in a country where it was our greatest sin, what has happened to minorities. See, that's the thing. Stop it. That's why I hate these quotes. I really do. Because he's like, oh, well, the greatest sins will happen to minorities. Nah, fam. It happened to descendants of slavery. That's it. You don't get to ride that wave, family. What the hell is wrong with people? They're old and dying. Jim Brown walks with a cane, man. And guess what? He got to see a black president. He's going to go to the grave with Colin Kaepernick still out of the league. Good, because the nigga can't play. Literally blackballed because we're taking this stuff and we're making it about the flag when it's not about the flag. It's about race. It's like burning a cross and saying it's about God. It's not about the flag. Shut the I've cursed too much in this article, and I apologize if I'm not sounding very gentlemanly right now, but it's the most infuriating thing is to hear all these people. It's not their struggle. It's not in their blood. No, it's not. Your people, like, if you want to be mad about something, take your ass back to Cuba. How that sound? With your parents. Oh, well, I've never been to Cuba. I'm pretty sure you've been to Cuba. But either ways, and I don't mean to sound like a jerk about it, but you going to sit here and ride the struggle of the descendants, then try to, muscle in on it? Fuck you, Dan Le Batard. It's for real. Le Batard then went on to describe the send her back chants made by the audience at Trump's rally in North Carolina on Wednesday as deeply offensive to me as somebody whose parents had made all the sacrifices to get to this country after the fact. Probably didn't like black people them damn selves until they started working with them. So don't sit here and play like, oh my goodness, oh, we, like we went through that struggle too. You didn't, family. Golly. Send her back. How are you any more American than her? I'm born here. You're more privileged. You're whiter. I'm black, actually. You're richer. She actually makes $100K a year. People don't know whether your money is real or not. Sure, Le Batard. You've had every privilege afforded to you. I'll admit that. Every privilege. You're right. And now, what do you do with that power? You go after brown people and black people and minorities. See, that's the thing, bruh. Like, stop. Like, this is disgusting, man. And he really self-righteous. He just knows in his heart he doing the right thing. Nah, family, you're wrong. And around here, we won't talk about it. We won't talk about it unless Russell Wilson is saying something about it on his Instagram. Russell Wilson, of all people. Trump has been facing heat from both Republicans and Democrats for the send her back chant. Trump, who was already under fire over the weekend, tweets telling Omar and 3 other congresswomen of color to go back to their home countries, institute socialism, then come back, because guess what? Oh my goodness, he wasn't kicking them out, sought to distance himself from the controversy by disavowing the chants later on Thursday. I was not happy about it. I disagree with it, Trump said. When pressed about his failure to stop the chants, Trump said, I think I did. And I started speaking very quickly. However, footage shows him allowing it to continue for several seconds before he continued his speech. And you know what? It is what it is. It's a thing called free speech. Just because you don't like what somebody's saying don't mean that you can snuff it out. And I said in an earlier video too, maybe listen to talking about send her back to being a civilian as opposed to being someone who makes over $100,000 in our government but can't seem to muster up a kind word to say about America or the people of America. So come on, man, miss me with this nonsense. See, the thing that pisses me off the most, particularly with these folks, when they start, oh my goodness, well, Trump is he's ushering in this new wave of Nazis. As far as I'm concerned, it ain't even about Trump. You're sitting there shitting on your fellow Americans because guess who'd have to help him in that? And you know what? I got a little bit more faith in the American people than you do, Mr. Dan Le Batard. So do me a favor and shut your mouth. Know your role. Sorry, it's The Rock. Anyways, the House voted along party lines this week to condemn Trump's original tweets as racist, even though they're not. 4 Republicans broke party ranks to join all Democrats in passing the measure because, well, they're childish and they have no legitimate ideas themselves. So all they can really do is lean on the whole racist line, and it's just infuriating because you see all these different people really trying to ride the wave, really trying to be like, yeah, man, it's so sad what they did to minorities by sicking those hoses and dogs and the bus shit on them. Nah, family, y'all got here after the fact. Okay, after when the powers that be decided that, you know, what we gonna do? We gonna make sure that, you know, we that the urban communities, those black areas, are just flooded with people from other countries. Boom, that was your opening right there, and you took it. And I ain't knocking you for it, family. I ain't knocking your parents for it. You're as American as I am, but being an American, you need to recognize that, hey, that's your countrymen right there. Those are the same people that you clamor so hard to be here with. Now you want to sit here and be like, oh my goodness, oh yeah, we went through the same things as people who had dogs sucked on them. No, you didn't. Stop it. So, oh my goodness. On Friday, Trump denounced the crazed media coverage of his rally, saying that he wishes the vile and disgusting statements made by the progressive lawmakers got as much attention. And that's the end of the Hill article, and subsequently the end of what we got going on over here. Deal is that the president himself is just one person. It's 8 years. Grow up, man. Please. That being said, all the internet stuff. Liked it, toss it a like. Dislike it, do that too. I ain't scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos on stuff like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring, and speak. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like at what point do we stop looking at the whole Trump angle and start realizing that you're talking about your countrymen? When you're talking about people that agree with President Trump, you're talking about people who, you know, yes, we're supposed to be combined underneath the flag. And if you don't like that fact, I mean, what the hell is wrong with you? I like to know, and that's what my comment section is for. So until the next one.